INFPs, why are you so hard on yourself?
Learning all the magic that we can.
Hi guys, it's me and INFP. Welcome back. INFPs, why are you so hard on yourselves? If you know an INFP, if you are an INFP, you know that they're hard on themselves. INFPs are among the top MBTI type to be hard on themselves. This is something that most of them struggle with. It's really hard to watch. It's also hard to experience. So let's talk about it. INFPs are harder on themselves than anyone else is to them. INFPs have a very strong inner critic voice that is always telling them, critical thoughts like, you need to be doing more, you're not doing enough, you're not enough, like this isn't good enough. Like basically everyone has an inner critic voice, but INFPs tend to have a pretty loud one. And this is also why it can be hard for them to receive criticism from others. It's not particularly helpful towards them because it's just adding on to the criticism that they're already giving themselves. So I find that encouragement or like positivity is helpful for INFPs, even if just like trying to come up with ideas for INFPs to like live in a better way or something, rather than someone who's naturally critical. And because INFPs are sensitive to that, that's why they can have a harder time dealing with criticism. Why are INFPs so hard on themselves? A lot of it has to do with how perfectionistic they are. Perfectionists in general are always holding themselves to this high standard, and that's what INFPs do. They hold themselves to this standard that's way above like what other people may have for them. So it's not even about, a lot of times it's not even about what other people think about them. It's like their own inner standard and trying to meet that and feeling like they're failing if they're not meeting that high perfectionistic standard. That standard may never sleep. I know for me, I don't feel like I've had a successful day if I haven't crossed off at least some of my goals for that day. So I mean, that could be anything from like unpacking to like doing this homework assignment or like filming a video or something. But if I like completely don't do those, then like I don't feel like that day has been a success. So I put some of my self-worth in like goals, I guess. So INFPs may get self-worth from doing certain things like meeting goals that are on this scale that they have. So perfectionism, INFPs beat themselves up. So I mean, it's just so sad. Even if INFPs are relaxing, it can be hard for them to relax even if they're doing nothing, because of that inner voice that's always saying like, you need to be doing something to meet your standards. Like, why are you not doing anything? You need to be, being hard on yourself. Like days in which someone would look at me and it seems like I'm just doing nothing the entire day, and they're like, oh, that looks so fun and relaxing. Like I can actually like not do anything an entire day and not feel relaxed or be relaxed. Like sometimes I have to like make myself relax. Like even if I'm not necessarily like physically working, like sometimes my brain will still be going, or I'll still be doing like side things, or it's just that inner state where it's like I should be doing something else and like I can't relax because I know I'm supposed to be doing that thing. So it kind of reminds me of that song in Hamilton, like, I'll never be satisfied. I actually saw that play when I was in London on Broadway. It's actually much cheaper in London than it is in the US. But yeah, like INFPs are never satisfied with what they're doing. They always feel like they should be doing more. And if they have a set goal, like get an A in this class or something, and then they do it, they may have a very small window of satisfaction, and then it's like, okay, I need to be on to this next thing. Like sometimes it's like you might get a day of feeling satisfied, and then it's like, okay, I need to be doing something else now to meet my standards. It's also difficult when INFPs have struggles that are keeping them from meeting the things they want to do. And even if they aren't doing them, they still beat themselves up about it and are hard on themselves. Like, I am back in the US taking the spring semester at my college. I was previously studying abroad, and I had plans to take 5 classes this semester because 5 classes is like the average of what students take to be able to graduate in 4 years. But something happened where my college just didn't reply back about if this class would transfer for me to take online. So it's kind of like I can't take it, and I was really debating about trying to find another class that I need to take and adding it before the add drop period's over, because currently I'm only taking 4 classes, which is 12 credits, and I'm currently not working. So like I told my friend, like I don't feel like I have any excuse. If I don't have a part-time job, then I should be taking 5 classes because there's no reason for me not to. And I was like being so hard on myself, being like, I need to be doing this. I mean, that was like my own idea, but like I also felt like it was kind of like what other people are, like what the societal standard was, like 5 classes, because like a lot of students here take 5 classes, have a job. Some take more classes, some work more hours. I tried to line up a job on campus before I left for studying abroad, and when I came back, you know, I followed up with them, but it didn't work out. They had already filled like all the shifts that they needed. So I was kind of like freaking out about, you know, seeing if I could find some job online or something, because like I don't critically need the money right now, but I feel like I should be working and making money because like I'm gonna need it sometime. Like I went through a couple days coming back this semester where I was like being so hard on myself about these classes and the work, until I finally decided like I don't know what to do. For now, I'm just gonna stick with these 4 classes. Maybe I'll have time to do some side jobs and work on like video editing and stuff like that, because the classes I am taking do have a large amount of homework, including a lot of papers, like research papers, because I'm getting into those like 400 level classes now. So like I feel like even with just 4 classes, the homework's going to be challenging, but like internally, I still feel like everyone around me is taking 5 classes, and I'm going to graduate like a semester late if I don't figure out, you know, how to do my classes, like summer classes or something. That inner voice like never sleeps, and I can definitely be harder on myself than anyone else in my life. Now, other MBTI types are hard on themselves as well, but I feel like they have different components that actually allows them to like work with that and do stuff. Like people with higher extroverted thinking, like ENTJs, they're hard on themselves, but they like get that hustle on and do it. And I guess that kind of motivates them because they're confident in, you know, what they can do. Whereas INFPs tend to have fragile confidence in themselves. It's very easy for them to self-doubt, and for them like not to have the confidence that they can do what they want to do or what they need to do, and then that just leads to them being harder on themselves, like putting pressure on themselves that they don't need to be because they feel like they should be doing things. So yes, INFPs, try to be less hard on yourselves. Realize that the pressure you put on yourself doesn't necessarily have to be that much pressure. Try to loosen up on yourselves, take it easier. I know you have a lot of things you want to do that you're struggling about, but try to be kind to yourself. And if you're watching this because you know an INFP who's hard on themselves, I guess try to be kind to them as well. Positivity. Like, my friend is always counteracting my thoughts by being like, stop being so hard on yourself. You've done all this, like reminding me of all the stuff I have done and being like, you know, you don't have to be that hard on yourself. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more content like this, and I will be doing another 3 videos in February. See you then. Bye.